John Cena has cast any doubts away, undeniably proving that he is the greatest to ever do this. John Cena is officially a 17-time world champion, which happened at WrestleMania 41 thanks to the help of Travis Scott. And sure, there might be an asterisk around it right now, but do you think that Ric Flair achieved all 16 world titles through fairness and honor? It wasn't a surprising result. We even called it a few days before the event, and the fact that Cody Rhodes stood tall to the end of the show on SmackDown was a sign that John Cena was winning it. So how exactly is John Cena going to ruin wrestling now that he's the WWE Champion? It's not a far stretch to say that WWE could have done a lot better with the John Cena heel turn. A lot of what happened is going to be forgotten now that he's the undisputed WWE Champion. But the fact is, the first two appearances since his heel turn were underwhelming, and they explained very little. By the way, there's still very little that we actually know about what happened, let alone his association with The Rock. When he was asked about his association with The Rock in the post-Mania press conference, he dismissed it as a clickbait question, just as he did with every other question that was asked of him. What this offers is a new lease on life of his heel run. We have no idea how long his championship run is going to be, but it's a world title reign you should look forward to. We're not going to see a part-time WWE champion. In all likelihood, Cena is going to stick around a lot longer. We know that he'll be competing in some major PLEs later this year, like Clash in Paris, as well as the unnamed PLE that's going to happen in Perth, with WWE advertising it as John Cena's last time in Australia. It doesn't mean that he's going to hold on to the title until October, but it likely means that he's going to hold on to it for a while. With Backlash looming and it being Randy Orton's hometown of St. Louis, there's really only one direction to go with this in the immediate future. That's the last ever John Cena versus Randy Orton match. We know their rivalry wasn't exactly the greatest in terms of match quality, but the storied career these men have had since they first crossed paths makes it a huge selling point. Orton versus Cena one last time in the Viper's hometown at Backlash seems to be the perfect blockbuster main event. But what about after that? The list is quite extensive. But rather than just seeing Cena doing his old hits, it's best if we see him face a mix of new opponents as well as a final showdown with some old ones. It's hard to imagine Cena doing this run without having one last match against legends like Randy Orton and CM Punk. And it's also hard to imagine that there won't be a rematch between him and Cody Rhodes at some point in the coming months. The door is essentially open for all comers to challenge for the undisputed WWE Championship. We can see Cena going back and forth on Raw, and hopefully he's able to take on a wide range of opponents that don't include Logan Paul in any capacity. What we might end up seeing is Cena going through 1, 2, or perhaps even 3 rivalries at most before the wheels start to spin for his eventual babyface return. It's hard to imagine John Cena retiring as a villain, so it almost seems inevitable that he's going to have a redemption arc at some point. We can only hope that it happens a little bit towards the end so that we get a lot more life out of this John Cena heel run. It appears as though he was so used to being a good guy that it took him a while to start picking up things as a bad guy. But John Cena being John Cena, he's going to adapt. Heck, he's already adapting. The fact that there wasn't even a smile on his face after winning his record 17th World Championship should tell you something. This isn't a guy who wants to shake hands with the person who wins 18. This is a guy who is on a mission, and post-WrestleMania, you can finally expect to see business fully picking up, especially with Cena's heel run. You're going to see a more adaptable Cena take a more vicious persona, and the heel Cena we get post-WrestleMania is likely going to be a lot better than the one we got pre-Mania.